Hi everybody. I had several people ask if I could do a surgery update. So it's been 12 weeks since I had my gastric bypass and my hiatal hernia. Sorry, I'm in my car in the parking lot waiting to go to an appointment. Hiatal hernia fixed. I'm almost at the 50 pound loss. I'm down to where I was when I had both my kids, within a couple pounds. Of course, my son was born in 1996, so that was a long time ago that I've even been at this weight. And so I'm really happy with that. It's slower than I thought, or wanted. I mean, I knew it was going to take time. I still feel like I have a really fat face, and 3 chins. But that's getting better too. There is some loose skin. I'm starting to see kind of crepiness. As far as the intake and stuff, people ask more about that than they do even my weight loss. It's a full-time job for me. It's hard. It gets easier. I'm 12 weeks out, so I've been 6 weeks where I can eat just about anything that my body will take and doesn't upset me. I don't have sweet cravings. I haven't had any really since the surgery, so that's a benefit that I've noticed. I don't need sugar. I did learn that I can't drink plain water very easily. It does upset my stomach, which they said is normal, especially ice cold water is really difficult on most people's stomachs anyway. So I have to have like tea or Crystal Light or something like that in it, which they suggest you do anyway because that helps with your intake. I'm not allowed to use straws, so I've had trouble kind of finding like water bottles and stuff that don't use a straw, so that takes a little more effort to find ones that I can just sip on that way. And I do drink a lot of iced tea. I do try and do the decaffeinated. I didn't drink caffeine before or coffee, so that's not really an issue. And I don't get much out of even caffeinated tea when I drink that. I drink my tea pretty weak, so I'll drink, if I order like an iced tea, I'll drink like half of it and then I'll dump water in and then drink another half and dump more water in. So I end up with 2 full glasses of water, or a full glass of tea and a full glass of water over the time. I do that with my Crystal Light. I do that with almost everything. I just need a little flavoring. I'm not one of those that needs a lot. I do have trouble I'm supposed to get 64 ounces of water a day at the minimum, and 65 to 90 grams of protein a day. I still have never gotten both on the same day. You have to wait 15 minutes after your last drink to get to start eating, and then I've learned through groups and stuff that every 5 minutes of eating gives you about an hour where you're not hungry. So I usually get about 15 minutes of eating in, and that's maybe 3 ounces of protein. 4 maybe is the most I could get down at one setting. And then you have to wait. They want you to wait an hour, 45 minutes if you're pushing it, to start drinking again. So that's part of my problem getting it, is just the time constrictions, and that's for everybody. Some people find they can do, some people wait a half hour after they drink to eat, and others don't. So it's just kind of, I do at least 15 minutes. And then I try and always wait an hour after I eat. Otherwise, I feel way too full, uncomfortably full if I push it. I haven't really had stuff that I can't eat. I know that eggs, which are very high in protein, the yolk is, I do have trouble eating those, just because I'm having trouble digesting it. I have gone off my I was on a high blood pressure medicine, not for high blood pressure, but I have a really fast heart rate, and I was having dizzy spells, so they took me off that, and my heart rate is staying under 100 resting, which is good. It needs to stay under 85 resting if at all possible. And then my blood pressure is, like, the other day when I was at the doctor, it was 74/50. So it's really low, and I've always had, even when I was very thin and active, I wasn't very thin, but I was like muscular thin, athletic build. I had a very low blood pressure, so that's always been a thing that I watch. So I am careful about standing up. I haven't really had any dizzy spells. I've been off my that pill for 2 weeks now, maybe 3, and I've only had a couple dizzy spells since then, so that's really good. And my heart rate's only gone up past 100 resting after 10 minutes. My iWatch tracks that for me. I think it's gone off 3 times, maybe only twice. So I'm pretty happy with that. I went off my high cholesterol medicine. My high cholesterol was always, right on the edge. And a year ago, she put me on the cholesterol medicine, and she took me off that. So that's nice. And then obviously my hiatal hernia wasn't caused by like straining or picking something up. It was caused because my acids had eaten through, my stomach acids had eaten through that, and it was almost causing it to become severed. It was so bad. So that hernia surgery actually added an hour and a half to 2 hours on my surgery, and it adds time in healing. So I tend to have more problems with that than I do my stomach. And so I went off my omeprazole. They tiered me down. I was on the highest level of that, and I've been on the 40 milligrams of that for probably close to 25 years. I'm 52, so that 25 years is probably about right for the 40. And then by the time between the time I was 14 to 20, 25, I was on some dose of antacid, prescription antacid, and I had active ulcers and GERD from that. So I didn't know I'd ever get off that, but because of the surgery, I had the gastric bypass. So they reconfigure your innards, and they bypass where the acid pumps are. So 3 weeks ago, I was able to go down to half dose, which was 20 milligrams, and that's the over-the-counter dose. And I wasn't having any problems. I was still it was hard for me to digest stuff. And my daughter and my doctor suggested that it was maybe not because of my surgery, but because I was still taking too much antacid. So then 2 weeks ago, she put me on every other for 2 weeks. Maybe she said 2 to 3 weeks. She said however long I felt comfortable. So I just put the rest of my pills in there at every other day. And I think I have 1 more week of that. And that's helped a lot. I'm not having near the overfull and not feeling like my stomach's clearing at all. So I do think that my daughter and the doctor were both right. I wasn't processing my food well. For 2 or 3 weeks, I was having really hydration problems. That was right around the 4 week to 6 week, 7 week. My potassium was off. Everything was off. Some of that had to do with the medication. Some of that had to do with the weight loss and the surgery. So I'm trying to drink Gatorade Zero. I don't like it. I don't like protein drinks. I don't like that. I'd rather have an iced tea or water, and it's just instant iced tea. It's just because it's my water. So I do that. I think if I was working full time now, as a social worker like I was before, I'd have more of a set schedule, and it would be easier for me to get in definitely my hydration and my protein because I'd be on schedule. You know, you only could take, you have your lunches scheduled and all that. So I think that part would be easier for me. So I'm working on becoming more regimented as, you know, working out of my home and that kind of thing. That's still a hard thing for me. Plus my adult onset ADD from a car wreck, that doesn't help because my mind is scattered all the time. I do notice since the surgery, I feel like I'm a lot more scattered. If I don't get protein on a regular basis, even if it's only an ounce or two, so about 15 grams of protein, I have trouble thinking, I have trouble processing, and I never noticed that before. So that is very important to me to get that. I rarely leave my house without a water bottle, or like this morning on my way to the appointment, I stopped and got a black iced tea from Starbucks. So that does have caffeine in it. So that means I have to drink more water to offset that, is what they say. But I'm still happy if I get a 40 to 60 ounces of water, including whatever that is. And then I also got water to go with it. So I've drank about 4 ounces of it already, and so I'll dump 4 ounces of my water in there, and I'll keep doing that till my water, which is a 12-ounce thing of water, is gone. And so then I'll know I've drank 12 ounces. Plus then they were out of the Vente, so I got the Trente, which I think is 28 or 30 ounces. I'll have to double check on my thing. And I'll have that. So I hope to get all that finished by around 2 o'clock. And then I can fill it up again. If I'm doing auctions or filming my art stuff for YouTube, I talk more, which means then I drink more, so that helps. I did go on just shy of a 5-mile walk last week. I didn't have to take a break till after the 3-mile, and I did take a break because I was like out of breath or wearing out or even sweating, which were all things that would have happened in the past. I had to take, oh, look, the sun changed. I had to take a break because my hips were really hurting, and I have really bad arthritis in my feet and my toes from just damage from injury and stuff as a dancer and tennis player and such. And they were starting to hurt too. So, but I was really happy with that. So I'm hoping that I can at least get 3 miles. Well, I'm trying to get 2 miles at least 5 times a week, if not more. I would like to walk every day. Some of that's motivation, and honestly, it's depression. Not that I just can't do it or don't have time. It's just that I just don't do it and get up. My clothes are fitting a lot better, obviously. I'm wearing size 18s, 16s and 18. I could wear a 16, women's. Which would be, if it wasn't plus size, it would be an 18 normal size. So I could do that now. My shirts, I know most of my t-shirts were 4X's just because I always liked them big anyway. If I wear a 4X, you can like see my bra and stuff, so I can't do that anymore. I can wear a 2X. A 1X fits pretty good, but I think it's too tight. I don't like it that tight. But so that's all, that stuff's changed. I notice I must not have looked in the mirror very much, because I do look in the mirror more now when I'm getting ready and stuff, and just like when I'm washing my hands and stuff. I just must not have before because I didn't like what I was seeing. So that's better too. So there's been lots of great benefits from it. There are definitely days that I say, I wish I could not have had the surgery. Okay, no. I was checking my lipstick, sorry. There have been days that I've said that, even in the past week. Those are days when I'm having trouble getting enough food, and really what I eat is very limited. You know, I have cottage cheese and fruit for breakfast, because if I use the light cottage cheese, I can get about 30 grams of protein for my breakfast. With a slice of cheese, with a cheese stick, or piece, I can get about 30 grams of protein. So that's a great way to start my day, but that gets boring. I eat a lot of chicken and cheese because that's easy. It's all low-fat cheese, but that's a good way for me to get it. Like last night, my dinner was 2 ounces of chicken and an ounce of cheese warmed up with some salsa on it. So, and I was full. But yeah, I was full. I eat lots of turkey slices and cheese slices. There are, at the store, you can buy protein yogurt, low-fat drinks, where I could get 10 to 20 grams of protein in that, depending on which one I drink. I tend to drink the peach one, which is a 7-ounce drink, which I count towards my hydration still. And that's a good way for me to have a quick hit of that. The only protein powder I've found that I like is, I've got a whey protein, and I don't know off the top of my head which one I bought, but I can mix it in with like my refried beans and add up to 30 grams of protein on top of whatever I'm eating. It dissolves in water, so it's supposed to, and not supposed to change the taste or consistency. I haven't been brave enough to try that yet. But that's, for me, probably going to be the best way for me to get extra protein and eventually hit my protein goals. My hair has fallen out a lot. I have very thick hair anyway, so like most people don't notice it, but every time I brush my hair, every morning and night, or if I brush it during the day, my brush is full of hair. So that is something. I do take biotin, and I've been taking that for almost a year now to get ready for this process, and I know that just has to do with my protein intake more than anything else. So that's my vanity about my hair is pushing me to try more and more protein. If you have lots of extra income and could switch your food buying habits to buying online and buying, it is a little bit more expensive, but there are a couple sites that sell bariatric approved high protein pieces, and a lot of people do keto, but their protein still has a lot of carbohydrates, and I'm not allowed to have very many carbohydrates, although I haven't been getting enough. That's part of my nutrition, so the doctor did have me start making sure I was adding carbohydrates to my meals, so I do try and have some carbohydrate specifically each day. Usually I consider that my snack, and that's like a granola bar or some type of protein bar. So today I'm waiting for my friend. She's one of my best friends, and we used to meet every month for like a brunch or a breakfast or lunch meal, and so I'm going out today to have that. I have been out. I've been to Olive Garden. I had their meatballs. I think I ate one meatball, and that was it. The rest went home. So usually one meal, even if it's an appetizer like the meatballs were that I ordered at Olive Garden, will last 2 to 4 meals for me. So that's a nice thing. Today we're having brunch, so I don't know what I'll eat. I'll have to go in here and figure out, but I will have a lot to take home. So I'll either eat that or my husband will eat it, and so that'll be nice. I do occasionally have a mini or bite-sized Hershey's with an almond in it. I used to have 2 of those every day before my surgery, and I have tried them. I don't have any flushing syndrome, which means you've got too many sugars and carbohydrates, and so your system's just flushing it out. It can be very uncomfortable for people, but I've never had it with that. I tried to have turkey meatballs, was it last night, the night before? And for whatever reason, it made me sick to my stomach just after the first bite. So there was something there. I'll try them again to see if, I don't know, because that's what you have to do. You have to keep trying it. The first time is your best indicator. It may be that they were turkey meatballs and not beef or sausage, so I'll try that, although I do eat a lot of turkey. Like I said, I haven't had any flushing problems like that. And overall, I'm glad I did it. I think in another 6 months, I'll be glad I did it. I'm at a weight that I haven't been at since I was 26 to 29 maybe. And that's good for me and good for my arthritis and my joints and stuff. I'm coming up on 50 down. My goal would be another 100 after that. I don't know that I could get down that low to where I want to get to 150, but the doctor said I could get down as low, he thought, as 130. I don't think I can. I don't really need to. I'm hoping to get that if I'm at the weight I was when I got married at 18 and a few months pregnant. I was like 170. So, and I looked nice and good. You couldn't tell I was pregnant or anything. I didn't have a bum. So I mean, if I get down to that, that'll be good. And that's about 60 pounds more. Not quite. That's closer to 50 more. So we'll just see where it goes. I don't know. They said I would be down 100. My surgeon and the nurse practitioner that works with him and the dietitian all thought I'd be down to around 100 loss in October, because they really don't want me to lose more than 15 a month, which is about what I'm averaging. I'm a little higher than that some weeks, but you know, they don't want I didn't go in so overweight that I'm one of those people that's going to drop tons and tons. I have a friend that dropped 245 pounds in a year, but she also weighed close to 400. So, that has something to do with it too. So, my friend is here, so I'm going to go in. If you have any questions after I post this, put them in the comments, or you can email me at designsanddoovers@gmail.com. It's spelled out all one word with no space, and I will do my best to answer them. And other than that, I hope y'all have a good day. See, it did get fell on there. Stay hydrated, because I have to, and be good to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Bye.